Good evening, everybody. Hello, and happy Thanksgiving Eve. I'm going to get things started with a song. This one was written by Olivia Newton-John and a woman named Amy Sky. It's called Grace and Gratitude. Is all because of you. All I reap is all I sow, and love is our living proof. Thank you for life. For everything, I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. Seasons come and seasons go, no matter what we choose. 1,000 names, 1,000 roads, all lead to one simple truth. Thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. Thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. I thank you. I thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
So, well, oh, good. We're all in one spot. How fun. So, welcome tonight. So, our first gratitude is we're not turkeys, right? Andrew showed me a post on his phone today, and it was a turkey sitting at a table with a glass gazing ball, like a medium would be, and then there was a turkey across from him, and he said, I see tomorrow, I see you surrounded by family, but it's not necessarily your family. Oh, we're bad to our turkeys. So let's take in a breath, just allowing ourselves to be here now. Be aware of the love in this place. Be aware of our appreciation for the gift of life, for one another, for this community. Be aware of our health. Be want to include others in this time, so we bring into this light space all those who are in our prayer box, all those who we carry around in our hearts and our thoughts. Just bring them into this space of limitless possibilities. We bring our members who are in the hospital and healing right now. Anne and Linda is now at her daughter's house. We see them continuing to have everything they need provided, and their bodies just soaking in the love and the care they're being given, and coming to their highest and best potential. We give thanks that Frank is in a new care home that so far exceeds the places he has been this year. We are so grateful for that. We just take a moment to think of one blessing from today. Just let that light up our hearts and light up our minds. We sit in gratitude. We sit in wonder. We sit in awe that each one of us is an expression of the one love, the one presence, the one power. And we close with our 3-sentence mantra, I am grateful. Please join with me. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And so then we have some slides that are just beautiful pictures of things around our world and some people. And so they're timed to just go every 5 seconds. So I'm just going to be quiet and let us take in the beauty of them and be in appreciation. Then Regina is going to come up and share a beautiful prayer with us.
Give thanks. The Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address. Robin Wall Kimmerer, author of the book Braiding Sweetgrass, was repeatedly told by Haudenosaunee, also known as the Iroquois people, that the words of the Thanksgiving Address are their gifts to the world and are meant to be shared. This address is also known as the words that came before all else. I will be reading excerpts from the address. Today we have gathered, and when we look upon the faces around us, we see that the cycles of life continue. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living beings. So now we bring our minds together as one, as we give our greetings and our thanks to each other as people. Now our minds are one. We are all thankful to our Mother, the Earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk about upon her. To our Mother, we send thanksgiving, love, and respect. We give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst, providing us with strength, and nurturing life for all beings. Water is life. We know its power in many forms. We are grateful that the waters are still here and meeting their responsibility to bring life to all of creation. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to the Spirit of water. We turn our minds to all of the fish life in the water. They are instructed to cleanse and purify the water. We are grateful that they continue to do their duties and that we can still find pure water. So we send to the fish our greetings and our thanks. Now we turn toward the vast fields of planets. As far as the eye can see, the plants grow, working many wonders. They sustain many life forms. We give our thanks and look forward to seeing plant life continue for many generations to come. Now our minds are one. With one mind, we turn to honor and thank all the food plants we harvest from the garden who feed us with such abundance. Since the beginning of time, the grains, vegetables, beans, and fruit have helped the people survive. Many other living beings draw strength from them as well. Now we turn to all the medicine plants of the world. From the beginning, they were instructed to take away sickness, always waiting and ready to heal us. We are happy that there are still among us those special few who remember how to use these plants for healing. With one mind, we send thanksgiving, love, and respect to the medicines and to the keepers of the medicines. We gather our minds together to send our greetings and our thanks to all the animal life in the world who walk about with us. They have many things to teach us as people. We are grateful that they continue to share their lives with us and pray that it will always be so. Now our minds are one. We now turn our thoughts to the trees. The earth has many families of trees who have their own instructions and uses. Some provide us with shelter and shade, others with fruit, beauty, and other useful things. Many people of the world use a tree as a symbol of peace and strength. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to the tree of life. We put our minds together as one and thank all the birds who move and fly about over our heads. The Creator gave them the gift of beautiful songs. Each day they remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. We send our joyful greetings and our thanks. We are all thankful to the powers we know as the four winds. We hear their voices in the moving air as they refresh us and purify the air we breathe. They help us to bring the change of seasons. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to the four winds. Now we turn to the west, where our grandfathers, the thunder beings, live. With lightning and thundering voices, they bring with them the water that renews life. We bring our minds together as one to send our greetings and our thanks to our grandfathers, the thunderers. Now our minds are one. We now send our greetings and our thanks to our eldest brother, the sun. Each day, without fail, he travels the sky from east to west, bringing the light of a new day. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to our brother, the sun. We put our minds together to give thanks to our oldest grandmother, the moon, who lights the nighttime sky. She is the leader of women all over the world, and she governs the movement of the ocean tides. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to our grandmother, the moon. We give our thanks to the stars who are spread across the sky like jewels. When we travel at night, they guide us home. With our minds gathered together as one, we send our greetings and our thanks for the stars. Now our minds are one. We gather our minds together to greet and thank the enlightened teachers who have come to help us throughout the ages. When we forget how to live in harmony, they remind us of the way we were instructed to live as people. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to these caring teachers. Now we turn our thoughts to the Creator, the Great Spirit, and send our greetings and our thanks for all the gifts of creation. Everything we need to live a good life is here on Mother Earth. For all the love that is around us, we gather our minds together as one and send our choicest words of greetings and thanks to the Creator. We have now arrived at the place where we end our words. Of all the things we have named, it is not our intention to leave anything out. If something was forgotten, we leave it to each individual to send their greetings and their thanks in their own way. Now our minds are one. Now we'd like to have this opportunity for people to come up and express gratitude for any and all that you are grateful for. It's now open.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'd like to say that I am very grateful for this church, and I'm grateful for all of you here tonight. I was thinking about gratitude earlier today, and last summer I went to Maine, and for a number of years I've been flying to Maine for my summer vacation. But this summer I drove, and I drive over the Massachusetts Turnpike. And when I drive on the Massachusetts Turnpike, I usually look for the blue cupola of my old high school. Well, this year, it was gone. It was gone. So I got off, and I went down to see what was going on, and they'd built a new high school, but they kept the cupola as a monument. So I decided to drive around this little town in Massachusetts. And I went to the house I lived in, and I visited the houses of all my friends from elementary school. It was really fun. And I went to the church that I went to. And I went to a typical New England congregational church. But it was a wonderful church. And I looked at it, and it looked the same. And it felt the same. And it even smelled the same. And I just felt so grateful for having had that opportunity as a child to be in a great church family. And I am really grateful to be in a great church family now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. You all know me. My name is Zita. And for the past few days, I've been thinking about gratitude, being thankful, giving thanksgiving, and I realized that I never, ever want to take it for granted. Because, you know, we can do that. I know I can. Just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And then it loses its meaning. And I never want to get to that point. And then I thought, it's being thankful, giving thanks, saying thank you. It's not a big enough word for what God, what Spirit has done, not just for me, but for everybody. And I've been thinking about that too. There's gotta be another word. And as I was sitting here, what I heard was yes. And that word is heart, because that's where I abide with you. So for that message, heart. Thank you.
My name is Guy, and I'm thankful that just about every day I'm led to something new. I think of people that I listen to. First of all, I'm also very thankful for Claudia's voice. Yes. The thankful song really was wonderful. And I can always tell when people are putting their soul into it. Thank you. It's nice to be thankful for lots of things. I know somebody who died last year who said that gratitude is the aristocrat of emotions. And I was thinking about my dad a couple of minutes ago. My dad died in 1986, and there was always music on in the house. Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, Handel's Messiah, Benny Goodman. And my dad, I'm thankful, he taught me how to harmonize when I was 5 years old and whistle. And so music was always permitted in the house. He had a big sound system, even then he had speakers in the ceiling. And we would, on holidays, my grandmother had been an organist at the church, and organists play different from pianists because they hold down one note and they put their finger on that and then they move it to another because you can't sustain notes. And I used to watch her. And then when she became too old, I played the hymns. I'm thankful for that. Music is one of my direct links to the soul. Paul McCartney, I was listening to singing, "You never give me your money, you only give me your funny papers." And in the middle of the celebration, I break down. I love the fact that the soul can be expressed in so many ways. I'm also really grateful that this is such a small group tonight. I love small groups because they're intimate. And I needed this. I needed to be relatively quiet. It's noisy in a way, going shopping and stuff. But some people say that silence is God's first language. And I'm coming to know that as I get older. I love to sit in silence. And I also am thankful that we have sound people so I can be heard. Hey, Danny.
So what I've been thinking about lately is this broken foot and the consequences it's had on my life, and how I have this incredible support system with my family. So my sister and brother-in-law, I live with them, and so I have this princess named Coco who bosses the whole family around. And she'll be 17 years old next month, so she doesn't go down the steps anymore. She gets carried outside to go to the bathroom and carried inside. So going down the steps, our back steps, once I got the boot on and everything, didn't seem like very smart. So they said, well, they took her out the whole time I was gone to work, but then when I was home, I was doing it. So they said, we'll do it all the time. So she's up and barking at 6 in the morning. So my brother-in-law comes down and takes her out, and down to the last call, which is around 9 o'clock at night. And I just feel so amazingly blessed to have people in my life that let the things that are so deeply important to me become deeply important to them to support me. So just such grace. Anyone else working their way up to talking? Joyce, come on up.
Thank you. Just had to make sure I got it in my head. Hello, I'm Joyce Lewis, and I have thought this week about my husband, who passed away this year, and how thankful I am still today for all the many, many wonderful gifts he gave me and our family. He was Gary Lee Frost Lewis. His birth name was a Frost. Both his parents died before he was 5. And he was living in Salt Lake City, Utah, when he was born in those years, and then moved down to a southern part of Utah with his aunt, who was a matriarch of the family. She had a handle on so many things. She was an amazing lady, and she's gone. And I'm sure they're having a good time in heaven together, because they were great friends for all of Gary's life. So God told me in a dream go to Charlottesville and wait for Gary. I was living in New Jersey at the time, and go to Charlottesville, Virginia, and I didn't know anyone there, not a single person. And I went, how is that going to all work out? Okay, so having been given this directive, I was waiting for the details. But that usually doesn't happen for me. I just get the mandate. And then I have to figure it out and do and trust. I have to walk the walk and hope everything goes pretty well. So I was up with my sister and her husband for a huge anniversary party they had on July 31st up in Bethesda, Maryland, which is where they lived. And Gary was there. Gary worked with my brother-in-law at Marriott at the time, Marriott International, the Hotel Marriott, and he did the architecture. They both worked on architecture together. And so there were a lot of things that happened that day, and one of them was that Gary came up to me when we were getting toward the evening. This was a large party. This was a very comprehensive party. There were more than 150 people there. And my sister, I said to my sister from Richmond, I talked to her and I said, don't you want us there to help? Oh, no, we're coming to help. So I brought a whole team of family and friends to come and help serve food and do all the rest. Well, it was moving toward evening, and I decided that I brought candles that we could put in the ground so everyone could see, no one would trip. But the ground was pretty solid, so it was like I was trying to pound a stick into a brick. And Gary saw that, and of course he came over and said, could you use some help? And I said, yes. That would be awesome. I don't know what to do. And so he figured out what to do, where to put them so that we could get them into the ground. And then we all ended up having food together. Gary and my daughter was there. And Gary had lost his wife. She had died about 2 years before this gathering. And he also lost his son in a drowning accident here in Richmond. He was a student in art. And, but he was okay about it. I mean, he was at peace about it, put it that way. At the same time, it was still hard for him, and he had so many loves of art. I come from a whole family of artists and musicians. We were just talking about this earlier tonight. We're from Wales, and his family, and my family were living in Brecon, Wales in 500 AD together. All that time, we had been living together, our families, and then we started mobilizing. We had been asked to come to America. Well, it wasn't America then. But to this continent, and to determine if there were any places to make settlements, and where they were, and how they would be best managed, what would be the composition of that particular settlement. And we worked on that for the Queen, and she asked us to develop whatever we could that would be best for resources for their country, because they were running out of trees and a lot of things. So agriculture was a big agenda, and resources, natural resources, were one of the major things they wanted. Trees for building things and agriculture. So we worked very hard to help out with starting those aspects. And we did. We actually, my family We had large family. We had very large families. Some families in the Powell family is my original name, Powell. And for instance, in one of my uncles had 20 sons and one daughter, just to give you an idea of one family. So we had huge families, and we got together, and we were resources for each other. That was the main thing we did. Made sure we were resources for each other and made sure that we accomplished what we were told we were to do. So there was a lot of work. Dawn till dusk work. And you didn't deviate. That was one of the things that we were always told. You know, we need your work, we need your attention, we need your contribution every day. There isn't a day, except for Sunday, of course. And it was a very comprehensive life. Gary was very aligned with that. Oh my gosh, he worked so hard. And he ended up going at age 7 with new parents from the Lewis family. His aunt was the one who realized that they had wanted children for a long time and weren't able to have them. So she worked out everything in terms of talking to all the adults and made sure that it was okay for them to get adopted, and they did, by the Lewis family. And so they went, as a mission of Glenn Lewis was to, from the University of Idaho, they all were at University of Idaho, and his mission was to go to the Middle East and to take lands that were desert and turn them into agricultural meccas. And Gary was right by his stepdad's side and followed everything he did. And his mother had a master's degree in English, and they started schools over there. And the one school in Afghanistan, which is the last place where they lived, is still there. And that is one of the places where people have gone for refuge when there were problems like there has been in the last couple of years. Gary was a very musical man. We came here for every solstice event. Thank you. Yep, Gary and you were great friends. And Gary had instruments from all over the world. He had suitcases full of them. And he would bring a suitcase, and he'd let anyone play anything they wanted to learn when we came. And we had great groups of people, and that was a really exciting event for him every quarter of the year. And we loved it. So music was an integral part. He was Welsh like we were, and he worked very hard to, he learned about 10 or 11 languages when he was there in the Middle East, and he promoted the cultures of the groups that were there all through his life. He promoted it. Some people would make disparaging remarks. He worked in Washington for most of his life. So he was constantly exposed to people from all over the world. And sometimes he would hear disparaging remarks, and he would explain, what they were trying to accomplish with the culture, that background they had. And so that was very helpful to a lot of people to understand more of the cultures of the world. He was a wonderful person. I miss him so much. His last work after 9/11, he was asked to come and assist with the U.S. Capitol. And he was responsible for going through the whole Capitol. He had a staff of like 500 people just assigned to do this, to take everything in that Capitol, every aspect of that Capitol, and make it as safe as possible. And that's what he spent his last years doing, and almost killed him because it was so comprehensive, and he had to constantly be shifting and working with different groups of people. But he persevered. He said, "This is a gift I'm giving to my country." And he said he was very thankful for that. Well, I miss him a lot. This is my first time without him, and it's been very hard. We had such a great time, whatever we did. Great, great fun. So I'm very thankful, very thankful for all that he brought to so many people. When he passed away, he came with his angel to a river, small stream, in a dream. And the angel was very, very kind and thanked us for all that we had given to so many people, and that what he had been able to accomplish was a monumental gift to the country, to the world. And he was very complimentary of Gary in terms of everything he had done, the angel. And he also talked about this time period that God has in mind, a transition, a huge transition in the consciousness of our world. And he thanked us for supporting so many of the people that would be involved in that consciousness and would be contributing to it. And said that this was all in the plan, that I was going to stay here and help with all those transitions. And then when I would pass over, we would have another party. Gary was going to have a big party for the Lewis family, with the Lewis family. I said, good. Okay, so we had a grand time. I miss him so much, but I also know he is at peace, and that gives me comfort. So thank you for the opportunity to share this. I fell. Thank you for the chance.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes. This is Tricia. Tricia came here about 2 months ago and came one Sunday and came one Wednesday and said, I'm going to be moving down here and I'm coming to be a part of this church community. So she's now here in Richmond.
Hi. I think it would be very ungrateful of me not to be up here, because I just want to thank everybody who from Unity at Bonaire who helped me get here. Susan, you were one of the first. Susan Green, and then Susan Cullen, and then Patty. And Patty has been a stalwart. She's been my rock, and she really helped make things happen for me, because my move down to Richmond is the start of a new life for me. I have recently sold my home in what's considered upstate New York, although it's only like halfway between New York City and Albany, if you're familiar with that. And I also separated from my husband, who's a wonderful person. It's just that there's a considerable age between us, and he was just not ready to make a new beginning. and I certainly needed to, and he kind of blessed me on my way here. We're still very good friends. I'm grateful for that. I am looking forward to being a productive member of Unity, of my community, which I think for the next 15 months will probably be, I'll be living in Henrico, but that's not that far away. So I will be here often during the week and weeks to come. And I'm just so grateful to be here. And I remember Regina I met in August when I was here, and Guy, of course Susan and Patty, and Zita, where are you? And Zita, I remember Zita, and others who are not here at the moment. I am looking forward, Claudia, right? Okay, I want to speak to you. And I'm just grateful to have this wonderful opportunity in Richmond, Virginia, at Unity at Bonaire, to let and see my life unfold and be uplifting, because I know that's what it will be. And I want to share that with everyone and help in any way I can. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. So we see you doing amazing things, Tricia.
Yes.
So I want to give us, I'm just going to have some short reflections. Let's take a moment to let this graciousness of the shares move into our hearts. Just feel the love in this moment. Breathe it in. And while we're at it, let's be thankful that the heat is working. Rusty and a heating company person were here today, and the heat is on. So I want to share the daily word with you today. It's such a beautiful one. The word is welcome. And the affirmation is, my heart is a welcoming place. My heart is a welcoming space filled with love I freely share. Like the welcome mat at my front door, my open heart greets people as they enter my life. Likewise, I make my home a welcoming place. When friends and family cross my threshold, I want them to feel comfortable, to know there is a place for them where they belong. As I prepare to receive company, I bless my home with thoughts of love and harmony, knowing my prayerful thoughts lift up all who enter. The presence of God, the presence of peace is here. I love the opportunity for connection. My life is full with opportunities for togetherness. I give thanks for all who fill my home with love, laughter, and joy. Each one is a gift. And from Romans 15:7, welcome one another, therefore, just as Christ has welcomed you, for the glory of God. So let's say together one time our affirmation, my heart is a welcoming place. So this morning while I was on my Course in Miracles devotional call, I heard this wonderful story from someone I'll call Sue, who lives in Canada. She was at some public place and met a woman that needed boots. So she went home and got a pair of her own boots and brought them back to the woman, who I think was homeless, but I'm not certain about that. and they fit her perfectly, and she was so happy. Then Sue heard Spirit whispering into her ear, "Go get a gift card." So she went and purchased a $50 gift card and went back to the woman and said, "Here is a gift from God." And the woman started crying. Sue was high from being able to share. She does this kind of thing regularly. And I believe this comes from living and breathing and swimming in gratitude. We become generous. We see another as one with us. We give abundantly. I don't know about you, but I aspire to be that kind of being. One of the reasons that I love this service is that it gives people the opportunity to share in an intimate setting the good in their lives. The things on which we focus our attention expands, so as we see good in our own lives and in the lives of others, we keep looking for more good and we find it. I had never taken the Keys to the Kingdom class. I'd taken other prosperity classes, but I was so delighted to learn about this idea in this study called proactive gratitude, and I want to share it with you. It's not new, but I find it helpful to put these 4 ideas he gave together. But before we go into those 4 tips, here's the baseline. Your feelings and emotions contain great power. They are the channels through which we direct our creative energy. So when we embrace a new thought and charge it with positive feelings, we form a new belief. And a thought without feeling behind it is much less potent. So gratitude, Guy said gratitude was a something word. I'm using king of these emotions. He used the $15 version of that word. But when we stand in gratitude, we're in a very powerful place because we're in the vibration of unlimited possibilities. The sky is the limit, or maybe it's more aptly, we have no limits. By proactive gratitude, he means practicing intentional, conscious, and powerful gratitude. Intentional, conscious, and powerful gratitude. So here are his 4 tips. Become conscious of the good in your life. So there's just this human tendency to look at what is not working. And probably 10% of our life may not be working very well. And so we ignore the 90% and look at the 10%. So his invitation is go for the part that is filled with good, with God. The invitation is to open up our awareness. And that was one reason I ordered those thankful books for everyone this year, to have us open our awareness to Thanksgiving. It moves us into that sacred place and practice of gratitude. So the first, become conscious of the good in your life. The second, praise the good in your life. He calls that active appreciation and recognition. So go beyond just simply noticing to praising joyfully the good. Sing it out, shout it out. Like in the movie Crocodile Dundee, this is one of my favorite scenes at the very end of the movie. They're all in the subway station, and she's at one end and he's at the other, and they're fixing to be separated, and he's realized he loves her. So he's yelling, "I love you," but she can't hear him. And so the guy, 60 feet away, yells down to the next 60 feet, "I love you." And so it's going down the length of the subway to get to her. Then she has to yell back to him her reply. So when there's something so deep, so soulful within us, we sometimes do have to yell it out, shout it out, or sing it out. Claudia teaches us how to do that every Sunday. Then the third one is share your good with others. Be on the lookout for opportunities to give, serve, and prosper others, like the story from my Course in Miracles friend. If you help other people get what they want out of life, you'll get what you want. So I was thinking about, as I thought about this point, the mentors I have known. My mentors were such generous, wonderful people who, to some extent, took me under their wing, but to a lot of extent, our actions speak so much louder than our words, right? So I just watched them living, watched them interacting with others, and saw who I wanted to be and who I hoped to become as a minister. And then there's this wonderful story in Chicken Soup for the Soul. Share your good with others. A kid is walking home from school with his book bag of some kind, and his books fall out, and this child is very dejected feeling. He's looking down, so he bends down to get the books, and some other child comes from behind and simply helps him pick up the books and put them back in the book bag. And when that kid got home, that one kind action from that other individual made him change his mind from deciding to commit suicide. That was what he was thinking about walking home. But somebody extended kindness and encouragement in the simple act of what they did. What a great story of sharing your good. And the fourth tip is look for the good even in the negative. Call forth the hidden potential in every circumstance. So that's the biggest lesson I learned from Joyce. I can't wait to see what great good will come from this. That is that point. Look for the good even in the negative. It reminds us everything in our life is here to serve us. We are not victims, we are co-creators. In every moment, we have the power to choose our attitude. So I'm going to close tonight with the little blip from our 40-day book today, because it was so perfect. And this little reading is, I am thankful for God's infinite good. I now adopt an attitude of trust, and I relax in the awareness that for those who love God, all things work together for good. I love God by acknowledging the presence of Spirit in all life. That's some of what Regina's prayer that she read was about, just recognizing it in all of life. God and good permeate every living thing and each experience. I trust God. No matter what the outcome, I know that a higher order is at play. I can rest assured that God means it for good, and I am grateful. And so it is. And now we turn it back over to Claudia.
I hope you would like to sing with me so we can activate our gratitude by vibrating it. And the words should be up on your screen. We're going to do Karen Drucker's song, I Am So Blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And now we'll move into meditation. Just take the notes and feel it.
Someone sent me a cartoon just before I got here this evening. It's two ladies sitting at a table, the turkey sitting on the table, and maybe 3 glasses of wine later. And the lady says, I'm going to make sure that our family has a wonderful Thanksgiving this year because I'm stuffing the turkey with Prozac. And so my gratitude share is that I am grateful for all the tools, gifts of spirit that we have here at Unity Bon Air. We don't maybe have to take Prozac to get through the holidays. So as the poem reads, we have arrived at the place where we end our words. And we take all these words we have heard, the beautiful poem, the gratitude shares, Reverend Patty's slides and her message, the sweet music from Claudia. As we now turn inward to the very center and nucleus of our mind, that Christ mind consciousness, point of contact, where our soul is in a state of eternal oneness with the mind and spirit of God. So take a deep breath and just hold it for a second and just slowly release. Release. Here in the light of higher consciousness within ourselves, we close our eyes and senses to the exterior world, the outer realm, that we may enter into the inner world of consciousness within ourselves. And as we do, we close off our outer sense perception to our inner sense perception, moving from the outer part to the inner part of our beingness, reversing our senses inward to be aware of a deep feeling of relaxation flowing down through the body, from the crown of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And begin to feel the body surrounded by enclosed and radiating an aura of pure white light, the light of the Christ, illuminating and relaxing the body. Imagine or visualize a beautiful cloudy day against a deep blue sky with a breeze gently blowing the clouds by. Our thoughts, our moment-to-moment thinking are much like the passing clouds. Just allow them to pass on by as they emerge and seek to distract you. Just release them and let them just pass. It is in the stillness of the silence, this holy hush around us, that Spirit does its work. Let us take this knowing now as we rest gently and lovingly into the silence. And now, as we re-enter the world of our outer senses, the chair beneath us, our feet on the floor, mighty currents of God's healing love flow through me now, renewing and restoring every fiber of our being, leaving us whole, perfect, and complete. We make this so, and so it is. Eyes wide open, wide awake, feeling better than before. I behold the Christ in you as we behold the Christ in one another. Maybe shake your hands. So now let us bless our tithes and offerings with our prosperity affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving.
Sitting in my kitchen is my family's round oak table, a legacy that was passed down to me. A place where friends can gather and dream away the hours, share the love and joys of family. Years of celebration have left some dents and scratches. She's not the beauty that she used to be, but every dance a memory of laughter and of love. So imperfection's not the thing I see. Grateful for the life that's mine to live. Grateful for love that's in my life. Grateful for the gifts I have to give and the memories made around my kitchen table. The memories come like snapshots, like making ginger cookies or playing Yahtzee late into the night. Sharing tears and laughter of family celebrations. This table knows the music of my life. Grateful for the life that's mine to live. Grateful for the love that's in my life. Grateful for the gifts I have to give and the memories made around my kitchen table. Seasons come and go, and now some chairs are empty. Ghosts of laughter linger in the air. When all is said and done, I'm grateful for each moment of this amazing life that's mine to share. Grateful for the life that's mine to live. For the love that's in my life. Grateful for the gifts I get to give round my kitchen table. Round my kitchen table. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. That was beautiful. So, as we have blessed our gifts and tithes, we now send these gifts onward to do the work of the divine Spirit in both our church family and our community at large. So, as we take our gratitude statement 3 times, I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful. And so it is. And we're going to have a little bit of fun now to close this service out with a special blessing and healing. And then we're going to conclude with our prayer of protection. So how many of you have done an angel wash before? Okay, so maybe a third of you. So we're going to make 2 lines down the middle here, one on each side, facing each other. And I will preface that by saying if you don't feel comfortable with distancing and COVID issues and so forth, you don't have to participate. You will still be receiving the energy that gets produced in this exercise. As the music plays, a beautiful song, Charlie Thweet's song called You Are an Angel, each person passes down the line and we get our energy going really good. It's called Richard Gordon, who wrote the book called Quantum Healing, calls it running the energy. And so we're going to run the energy. And so we want to get our hands going really good. And then we're going to literally wash each of us as we come down the aisle, around your head, your body, your arms, just outside, your legs. We're going to especially pay attention to Patty's foot. She's going to kick her boot off and run out to her car afterwards. So any questions about that? We have the music queued up, Dan? Okay, so let's, okay. And when you get to the end of the line, just take your place. Just take your place in line. Oh, this is a good group. We'll start on this end. Okay. All right. Just a moment here. We'll take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath and slowly let it out as we generate the energy. Run healing energy to each other.
You're an angel, you're a being of light, you're an angel, and I know that I'm right. You're an angel, bringing love to everyone, and it's yours to give, and in the giving comes the fun. You're an angel, you're a being of light, you're an angel, and I know that I'm right. You're an angel, bringing love to everyone, and it's yours to give, and in the giving comes the fun. We are angels, we are beings of light, we are angels, and we know that we're right. We are angels, bringing love to everyone, and it's ours to give, and in the giving comes the fun.
You're an angel. Giving is the fun.
I'm an angel. I'm a being of light.
You're an angel,
and I know that I'm right. I'm an angel, bringing love to everyone, and it's mine to give, and in the giving comes the fun. I'm an angel, I'm a being of light. I'm an angel, and I know that
I am right.
I'm an angel, bringing love to everyone, and it's mine to give, and in the giving comes the fun. You're an angel, you're a being of light. You're an angel, and I know that I'm right. You're an angel, bringing love to everyone, and it's yours to give, and in the giving comes the fun. You're an angel, you're a being of light. You're an angel, and I know that I'm right. You're an angel, bringing love to everyone, and it's yours to give, and in the giving comes the fun.
Yes.
You're an angel, you're a being of light.
You're an angel,
and I know that I'm right. You're an angel, bringing love to everyone, and it's yours to give, and in the giving comes the fun.
give everybody a big hand. All right. That's great. Did we get Howard? Okay. Couple on Howard, we gotta have you. Okay. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Right.
The light of God
Light of God
surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, yes, we forgot to thank our servers.
Yes.